Welcome to our first flipped video for the school year. A couple things, or one thing I want to point out to you is this number up here in the upper right hand corner. The U1 means that this is Unit 1 for NC Math 1. The next number tells us what day in the unit, so this is the first lesson or day 1 for Unit 1. And this tells me, or this tells you right here, the next one right there tells you that this is the first activity for day 1 of Unit 1. So what are we going to do today? Well, the first thing we're going to review from last year is writing expressions, writing algebraic expressions. And that's where you have something like 2 more than a number, 5 times a number increased by 16. So there's words in algebra that we can use to tell us is the expression talking about addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And so some addition words that we should know from last year, the word plus means addition, sum means we're talking about addition, a number is increased by another number, and then more than, like I have 16 more Skittles than you. Subtraction also has a few words that we use to express algebraic, or to write algebraic expressions. Minus, difference means subtraction, decreased by, less than, and one of my students came up with this last year, means the same thing as decreased by, but reduced by can also mean subtraction. Okay, multiplication and division also have words that are used to represent their operations in algebraic expressions. Multiplication, if you remember from elementary school, times means multiplication. The answer to a multiplication is product, or what is the product of two numbers, and multiplied by. Division, not so many. The answer to a division problem is a quotient. So what is the quotient of 15 and 3? And divided by. So we're going to use all of these terms for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division to take words and put them into numerical expressions. So writing expressions. Write the following expressions in algebraic form. So we're going to take these expressions right here and that are in English, and we're going to write them in algebraic form. So going back to our list from before, 9 more than C. We know that more than means addition, so it's 9 more than C. Does it make a difference if you put C plus 9 or 9 plus C? It really doesn't. Because addition is commutative, but if this said something like 9 less than C, the C would have to come first. Letter B, B minus 4. Simple as B minus 4. Letter C, the sum of. So the sum of means addition, so we're looking at the sum of 8 and M. Letter D, divided by, so X divided by 5. We are going to write it using a fraction bar. Since we're in middle school, we are not going to write it using the division sign. That would be a no-no. That's kindergarten math. Letter E, so this one has 2 parts. The first part is 2 times R, which is 2R, increased by, which is addition, and it's increased by 12. So 2R plus 12. And last but not least, 23 less than P. So that means whatever P is, it's 23 less than that. So if P was 50, it'd be 50 minus 23. Well, we don't know what P is, that's why it's a variable. less than is subtraction, and it's 23 less than P. We're going to practice with these in class tomorrow, so if you have questions, there'll be an opportunity for you to ask that. Part 2, simplifying expressions. Again, you did this last year. In number 1 right here, it says to identify the coefficient and the constants in the expressions listed below. So we have 8x plus 9 minus 3. And we want to know what the coefficients are. Coefficients are the numbers in front of the variable. Or in this case, there's one variable, but there's two terms that have a variable. So we're looking at the number in front of the variable. So in this case, the coefficients are 8 and negative 3. That minus 3 stays with the 3, and really it's a negative 3. The constants are any number that does not have a coefficient. It's a number that is just a number. It's a number that doesn't change. So the constant in this case is 9. Okay, so steps to simplifying an expression. And we're going to practice with this some more tomorrow in class and in the notes. So we have to distribute to get rid of any parentheses. Then we need to combine like terms, and then we need to put the terms with the variables in alphabetical order, and constants are always at the end. So let's take a look at this one right here. We have the quantity b minus 3 times 2 increased by the quantity 2b plus 2 times 4. So we're going to get rid of those parentheses first. So we are going to distribute out that 2. So it's 2 times b minus 2 times negative 3. We're going to distribute out that 4. So it's 4 times 2b plus 4 times 2. 2 times b is just 2b. That should be a positive, sorry. 2 times negative 3 is minus 6. 4 times 2b is 8b. And 4 times 2 is 8. So we got rid of like terms. Now we got rid of the parentheses. Now we need to combine like terms. So I'm just going to rearrange these. 2b plus 8b to see what we get our answers for. And then minus 6 plus 8. We combine these two, we get 10b. When we combine these two, negative 6 plus 8 is a positive 2. So when we simplify our expression, we get 10b plus 2. A couple things I forgot to add in there, tips to remember. We'll put those in now. When multiplying a number and a variable, the number is written first. So for example, and this will be tip number 1, if we're saying x times 5, it's not x5, it's 5x. So x times 5 is written as 5x. The number needs to come first. Tip number 2 is don't use subtraction in the wrong order, and these are the two that a lot of students have to be careful about. So if we have the difference of 5 and t, that is written as the difference of 5 and t. It can also be written as 5 decreased by t. If we have 5 less than t, or 5 subtracted from t, that's translated as t minus 5. So those are the few tips that I want you to be careful on. Okay, here's where it's your turn for writing and simplifying expressions to tell me what you know. So there's 2 questions, and there's always 2 questions on video notes. The first one is a multiple choice, and the second one is a free response. You're going to work these out In your homework notebook, answer question number 1. What are the coefficients of 17 minus 2a plus 5a minus 1? Choose A, B, C, or D. And then number 2, free response, simplify the following expression. When you're done working them out in your notebook, you are going to go back to my website on Unit 1 and the homework guide, and there's going to be a Google form link there for you to submit your answers, and you will also have the opportunity to submit any questions that you have, and we will do that together in class today.